right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and our new friend Sarah from Boisset was in to see us with some of the import wines that they have. You know, Jean-Charles Boisset, originally from Burgundy, but well, now that he's married Gina Gallo, part of the largest family-owned winery in the world, they've got properties all over the world. And Fortant de France is one of his acquisitions here in the south, and this is a big box brand here, and you know, it's a Languedoc Coastal Select on the label here, and you know, for $11, a really nice little Chardonnay. I remember these wines in the past, and you know, for me, they're pretty much put in the cooking wine category. Anything in the $10 price range here at the Wine Watch is something we would cook with, but this was a pretty good wine. Really clean bouquet here, tropical fruit, peaches, lemon, a touch of butter, really nice and bright on the tongue, a nice balance here, that lemon and peach fruit shown through, maybe a bit Chablis-like, but without the seashell kind of minerality. A good little wine at that price range for $11 and change, something you could actually drink. All right, well, Batasiolo up next, and this is more along the lines of what I like to drink. Piedmont wines, and of course, Sarah knew not to bring me the Dolcetto. Not one of my favorite varietals, and everything else in the Piedmont is Barbera, the Sovrana. This wine's got a lovely sweet and fruity bouquet of cherry with some pretty floral highlights, maybe a touch of black truffle, very forward and seductive. One of the things we love about Barbera, the Italians like to compare it to Merlot because it is so forward and seductive. Really light and easy drinking wine with soft tannins, but a nice, bright, fresh finish. Like Merlot, Barbera has got great acidity. And this is a really easy drinking, everyday version of this varietal, but a good little wine at $19.50. All right, then the Barolos, and we're going to talk about these in order of vintage. 2005, which is a very good vintage to drink young. We have the Reserva here, which is a blend of 5 different Cru vineyard sites. It spends 48 months in Slovenian oak, and very forward and seductive. This 5 vintage, kind of an array of exotic spices, that rose petal, floral notes, white truffles, kind of a chalky minerality there, and some red cherry fruit also. Very forward and easy drinking on the tongue for young Barolo. Velvety tannins, a little bit of that chalky minerally note on the nose, on the finish, showing his little dryness at the end. This is still Barolo. You can still keep these 05s for another 10 years. Some pretty dried floral notes and spice on the finish. A lot of nice light red cherry fruit there. Excellent little Barolo at $60. The 06 up next. This is a more classic vintage, a really structured wine. This got that truffle, that black tar. This is a different Cru, also Boscaretto, and cherry fruit, fine herbs. Really well-endowed bouquet of aromas here in this 2006. A big and chewy wine on the tongue. Lots of tannins and a host of that tar, kind of earth-like nuance and exotic spice from the nose to the finish. An excellent bottle of Barolo, but needs a little more time in the bottle. 10 years, come back to us with that. Excellent juice. And then the 07 Bricolina, and this wine spends 2 years in French Barrique, so from the town of Serralunga, and this wine's got a very pronounced kind of earthy, white truffly kind of note, a little tar, some red cherry fruit, a little rose petal in there, your classic Barolo nose. Really complex bouquet of aromas here. Very plush and smooth wine on the tongue. Still has some tannins here, of course, and a solid core of cherry fruit. A host of that spice and floral nuance through the nose, white truffle, a touch of black tar, rose petal. Really excellent example of Barolo from this 2007 vintage, which is also an outstanding vintage and one you could age in your cellar for 10 years easily. All right, that's what we had to drink with our friend Sarah from Boisset. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.